up with his girlfriend. Bye, never talk to each other again. Yes, of course. Not proud of myself, but I was living a bliss of a life, the drama that I knew was coming. Hello little sunshines, how are you doing? My name is Luminita and welcome back to my channel. Today I am about to publish something that I usually don't. It's a more of a personal life story time situation. So if you like this, let me know about it in the comment section below or just by simply liking this video. But yeah, let's go straight into why we're all here today, talking about that embarrassing, toxic, weird time of my life when I was Box B, the second option, sidekick, the Aiden to carry if you want. But before the tea started to boil, I need to mention that I am not proud of this story. I'm not proud of this situation. This happened many years ago. This chapter is closed, made peace with all the parties involved. So this is all done for good. But if you find yourself in this kind of situation in life, what is happening is bad and this is your wake-up call. Let's hop on the train of regrets and memories and go all the way back to 2017 for you to understand the background. It's me, I'm 19. I moved to Austria a year ago and I was very excited to move, but then I very quickly realized that I couldn't make so many friends because I was working full-time. I'm saying all this because I think this explains a lot of my future decisions. So initial state, I'm 19, very lonely, sad, in urgent need of friendships. So at a place nearby, there's this new guy who is same age as me and he's super funny and we started talking. Everything was great and I'm not gonna lie, I liked him, had a crush on him because again, I was in desperate need of someone and he was actually a very nice human being. And then one day, after work, I decided to go grab some drinks, had a crush on him, grabbing drinks. Come on, that's a date for me. We were chatting, everything was nice, and then I didn't say it as a message. It was more of saying something and my girlfriend and then continuing. There was a very weird way to drop this kind of vital information to someone who thinks is on a date. He said it once, I somehow thought maybe I heard it wrong, and then he said it a few more times, and you know, this story and this video should have ended here. He's in a relationship. If he is just dropping this information just like that, maybe he also doesn't think it's a date the way I think. So this video should have stopped here, but not. And you'll see there will be many moments, I'm foreshadowing, there'll be many moments in this video in which it should have ended up there, but I like to collect stories for future YouTube channels. Scene number 2, we are talking long hours on the phone, we are really close, he's still in a relationship, but I got this as a more of, okay, I'll not pursue him, but I still wanted friends. So I was just sticking with him. And then one night we went on a walk along the river and he tells me he broke up with his girlfriend. Big red flag, but hey, at the time, the guy that I like says that he broke up with his girlfriend and is single and we're on this romantic walk in the evening at the river. Hell yeah. We were spending a lot of time with each other. We were either working together or at the same time, or we were having coffees or we were out partying. So we were spending all the time together. To me at that time was an enormous big sign that he likes me and this all moves to the right direction. So one evening we went to a party and he brought me home as per usual and he kissed me. Which, again, enormous sign, he is into me, and this is just match made in heaven, we're made for each other. Fast forward to scene number 3, it's October 2017, pretty quick, and I'm saying this with this facial expression for a reason, just keep it in mind. I am going back to Moldova for a week, super happy. I mean, going back home after half a year of not being there, I'm in a relationship with the perfect guy, I think my best friends, life is great. Right? If I start playing with you, you will not leave. Give me 1 hour, I'll come back to you. Okay, bye. It's the second or third day of me being in Moldova and I get this message of, we need to talk. And you always know if someone tells you we need to talk after an entire day of ignoring you, it's not a good sign. So his best friend came back from a long travel and they were talking and he was giving updates from his life. His best friend said that he was enormously stupid for starting to date me because we were moving too fast. He suggested him to break up with me and take some time, get some distance to understand the intensity of our feelings. Now keep in mind, when we broke up, I didn't just lose a boyfriend, I lost my only friend. That's why instead of just blocking him and being like, okay, bye, we kept talking and I kept acting as if I was not hurt or confused. Yeah, that's one of those moments in which this story should have ended, but it didn't. The stupidity that I was having in my brain at the time is absolutely astonishing. One night, sitting on the bed, trying to go to sleep, and this female friend of his texts me. Obviously, I started getting concerned too because that's a person I care about. We all freak out, and then suddenly we find out that he's in a bar and he is drunk, and he texted her that he's actually very, very sad that we broke up and he would have loved to talk to me about it, but he is too afraid that I will not accept him in my life again. At the time, we didn't talk for 2 days because he didn't want to talk to me. As you could have guessed, by that time my brain already went to sleep. So instead of being, oh my god, what the hell is happening, I started to get very concerned. So I told him to come by and we can talk about things. We talked and we realized how big of a mistake he did. Anyways, we got back together. We're back on the happy relationship train. We're cruising through happy moments and sunny days. I quit my job, go to university. Life is again back on track. I'm crushing it. I am the happiest girl in the world, and maybe it was a bumpy road till there, but life was perfect. I was getting a few friends at the university, and oh my god, I was living a bliss of a life until one day, let's play this game. Guess what? I got a message saying what? Option A, I love you. Option B, it's raining outside. Option C, Johnny Depp is handsome. And option D, we need to talk. Take your pick. I know, very difficult. Wild guess. I was actually in a very stressful time at my university at the time because the first tasks were starting and I was studying in German. I was in a very uncomfortable and vulnerable spot. Instead of focusing on my studies and preparing myself for this test that was super important the next day, I decided to prioritize my relationship and the drama that I knew was coming. Long story short, we break up again. This is the moment where this video and story should have ended for good. This is the moment. Remember this. This was that margin of error, benefit of the doubt, whatever madness it was. This is the moment. This breakup should have stopped it. And we're talking now end of November 2017. We're not so deep into it, so this is where we should have said bye, never talk to each other again. Does this video stop here? No, because I was stupid. To be fair, we did stop talking to each other. What a great decision. Why didn't I keep up with it? December 2017 knocks at our doors, and I don't know, was it Christmas magic, New Year's resolution madness, Mercury in 3 retrogrades? I was back working at the coffee shop that I used to work because I dropped off university. As I said, I was in a very terrible spot. Not proud of myself, but I started drinking and smoking in the meantime, so very, very deep down. If you look, you know, there are these holes in which you look and you throw a stone and you can hear it after 3 seconds. If you could throw a stone into the hole that I was in, you could hear a sound maybe after 3 years because I was so deep. I was almost at the core of the universe. I was almost on the opposite side of the globe, how deep I was at the time. So our Prince Charming comes by and we see each other, but we act as if we didn't see each other because we're playing cool here. And then he comes the second and third time, the same day, and then the next day, and then the next day. Basically becomes a regular favorite customer of the month at a place that he knows I am at on a full-time basis. It's not the only coffee shop in a radius of 10 kilometers, and he didn't even like that place before because it was pretty expensive. I thought it was a sign. I thought, oh my god, he finally, for the third time, realized that I am the love of his life, and he's just too shy and too afraid to talk to me, but he wants this connection. He misses me. He loves me. He wants us to be together, and the only thing that stands between our happiness and hopping on the happy couple train is just, my pride and him being too shy. Yes, of course. So we start talking again and then texting, and then he was checking up on me and late night calls. Just rewind this video for 20 minutes ago and you'll hear exactly the same thing. Him randomly dropping in a sentence the fact that he's back with his girlfriend. Yes, that girlfriend from the beginning told you, just go back. Like, you could skip all these months, you could skip all this video, we're back at the same point, nothing different. He is back with the same girlfriend, and we're still talking, being very close, and me being stupid. If you're thinking that the universe was trying to give me a second chance, just making it so obvious that it's the same pattern, is the same situation, I just need to take a different decision and then the cycle is broken. Think about friends with benefits, but the opposite. How? I call it a frielationship, and I don't know if it's a thing. If it's not a thing, I hereby pronounce it a thing. A frielationship is the opposite of a friends with benefits or a situationship. A frielationship is when everyone around you thinks you are a couple. You act like a couple. You send text messages that usually a couple send to each other. The only thing is, you don't sleep with each other, nor kiss. Remember the deep hole that I was in before? That's a kid's pool. What I was in afterwards, that was the depth of the Atlantic Ocean. I was over there with plankton, where there is no light, no oxygen. You were just drowning in your misery. Honestly, I remember very vividly waking up one day and thinking that I was living in a simulation because nothing about me, about my behavior, about how I was acting, about how I was looking terribly. Do you understand what consequences it all could have? The severity of the situation? Because I wasn't. Actually, I was kind of romanticizing all of this because I watched all these stupid movies in which the guy, he actually likes you and loves you, but he has all these commitments and morals, but he constantly thinks about you. Please, if you think right now like this about someone, please text me. Let's get on a call, and I will make sure that by the end of that call, you don't think like that. Because this is the biggest pile of BS you could think. There was a voice of reason in all the situation. And the very first wake-up call, it was a little nudge. I didn't wake up at the time, but it was, the first alarm in the morning. Was my sister. It was, I think, April 2018. We sat in a coffee shop, and she looked at me and she said that I was in very deep. Just like that. If you are swimming in water, I would say you are in water. But if you are swimming an enormous amount of, I will not look at that and say that this is chocolate. Obviously, at the time, I didn't take it serious, and I thought she just doesn't understand our love story. The second wake-up call was when I applied for this other university, and I applied for two faculties because I was very afraid I will not be accepted. So I applied for two faculties. There was an extensive application process, and the moment I got the letter of acceptance at both faculties, the boost to my self-esteem, the face palm of, come on girl, you can do so much more with your life, was enormous. And the third wake-up call was definitely traveling. I was feeling trapped in that city, and I started solo traveling through Europe, and I met so many incredible people, and yes, we didn't become friends afterwards, but I could see and make a difference. As I said, that chapter closed long ago for good, and we actually saw each other way later, and we're not friends, but we acknowledge the existence of each other on the same planet and wish each other the best in life. I think it makes sense to finish this video with, I guess, the main lessons and conclusions that I drew from it, because, again, if you're in the same boat, maybe this is your wake-up call. And the first conclusion is, as weird as it might sound, I don't think anyone in this story is bad, inherently bad, an inherently bad person. Neither him, nor her, nor me. Although we all have our fair share of mistakes that we've done, I don't think we're bad people. I just truly think we were, all three of us, super immature, children without any experience, and the most important thing, all three of us were bound by our insecurities. I was too insecure to let go of it. I guess she was also insecure enough to not let go of the situation, and he was too insecure about himself. That's why he kind of decided to keep both of us. The second conclusion is, please stop right now, as of this second. Stop romanticizing toxicity and unhealthy relationships. There is nothing fun about it, nothing romantic about it, and nothing cute or that would make up of a good story in the future. No, this is bad, this is dysfunctional, you need to stop it right now. The third main conclusion is to not hold on people just because they are. We are all lonely in different times of our lives, and just having someone, no matter whom, is much worse than being lonely. Trust me. Of course, ideally you need to have good friends, supportive family, all of that. That's the perfect version. But if that doesn't exist for you for now, yet, don't open doors and let people in just because they're knocking, even though they shouldn't be inside your space or 1 meter away from you, or anywhere around you, especially not in your head and heart. And the last big conclusion from this situation is, I guess, not settling for bits and pieces of a person. If you're with someone, you're with someone. If you are not together, you're not together. This in-between is what makes it all worse and messy. I know that it hurts to let go, and breakups are never easy. And yes, you'll suffer, but you will suffer really hard, and then it will pass by, you'll let go, you will recover, and you will live your happy life. If you don't break this circle, it will constantly hurt, and it will get worse and worse and worse until the point when you get to the other side of the universe, how deep you are in this misery. Oh my god, I just remembered that in this jelly state of mind, I decided to show him what he is losing and started dating the most narcissistic guy in the universe. That's a story for a completely different video. So if you want to hear that, and again, if you like this format, let me know about it in the comments or by simply liking this video. If you have any other lessons or conclusions that you drew from my story or from your life, again, the comment section below is open for everyone. If you would like to share something, but you don't feel comfortable with that, there is an anonymous form in my description box that you can always use. I swear, I don't see who you are, I don't see your email, I don't see your name, I don't collect any of that. So if you want to share something, just leave it off your chest. But you want to be anonymous, there is a form there. In the meantime, as always, if you want to see more of my face, hear more of my voice, you can click here and here, or you can click here to subscribe and thereby support my channel. Thank you very much for watching. I wish you only the best of the best and to not be in such situations, and see you next time. Bye.